Right. Looking good there. Remember to shave today. All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Ralph. And in this stream, want to talk a little bit about how to fire your boss the right way. And one of my previous streams talked about people getting themselves into trouble by firing their boss too soon. And I thought, as a follow up to that live stream, what I would do is give you 5 steps to follow in order to be able to get yourself into the position to be able to fire your boss the right way. And you can follow these steps with any business that you happen to be in, anything that interests you. It doesn't have to be my business that I love, it can be your own business, whatever that may be. But the first step is to set a definite goal, a target date for yourself, a date in which you want to become your own boss. And then write it down. Take a handy dandy notebook. I love these things, a pencil or a pen, and write it down on a piece of paper that by such and such a date, I want to be my own boss. I want to be, an entrepreneur doing this or self employed doing that. But set yourself a definite goal and then write that down and let that be your target date. Now, why is this important? It's important because when you set a deadline for yourself, a goal is actually a deadline for yourself. You want to be realizing your dream by such and such a date. So it's your own personal deadline. And that creates a sense of urgency within your own mind. And this is important because without a sense of urgency, you are not very likely to put a lot of effort into building your dream and realizing your goal. If you just set a deadline, a goal for yourself that's like, uh, I want to become my own boss and I want to do it by whenever, whenever. It's not a definite deadline, not really a definite goal. And the weakness with this is that I know people who have been working with this kind of a system, making their deadline whenever. And they've been going for whenever for about 10 years. Another guy I know's been on it for 2 decades. He set him, he never set a definite goal, never set a definite deadline, and he's been going after whenever for 20 some years. Never made it. He just didn't set a deadline and never cultivated a sense of urgency. Now, when you set a goal with a definite deadline for yourself, it creates a sense of urgency. You can write that down on a piece of paper. Whip out that piece of paper every morning before you start your day and remind yourself, okay, I want to be my own boss by December the 25th, 2024. That is going to be my Christmas gift to myself. So, how am I going to do that? What steps am I going to take today to help me realize this goal a year from now? And that way when you set yourself a definite goal and you write that down, you remind yourself of that goal every morning and every evening before you go to bed, sets up a whole different mindset. Sets up a mindset in which, okay, you have a sense of urgency. You know what you want to do. You know when you want to do it by. And then you just have to think every day, how am I going to make this dream a reality? What concrete steps am I going to take to help me achieve this dream? And it just sets up a whole new mindset. If your mindset is, well, I'm going to become self employed whenever, or I'm going to become a millionaire whenever, you may start thinking like that in your 20s. And then by the time you're 62, 63, 64, you're still shooting for whenever. Whenever has never come. And that is not a good place to be at. You need to learn to set definite goals, definite deadlines for yourself. If you're working a job for somebody else, they've got goals for you. They've got deadlines set for you. And if you're not meeting those deadlines, what happens? Well, you may be out of a job sooner than later. But no, your employer that you have right now, they know what to expect out of you. They know what they want to see you do on a day-to-day basis. You need to learn to be the same way with yourself. So yeah, set a definite goal, definite deadline, and then try to achieve it. Strive to achieve it. Second step, work your home business as a side hustle. You don't have to, a lot of people think that you have to start your home business and work it full time. And if you're already working a full-time job, working a home business full time may not be possible for you. There may not be enough hours in the day for you to be able to work your home-based business as a full-time job if you already are working full-time for somebody else. So what you can do is just say, okay, I'm going to be working full-time at my regular job to pay the bills, and then I'm going to be working part-time at my home-based business that I'm building up in order to build my dreams. And Eric Worre, a guy I like to follow on social media, big entrepreneur, he followed that formula for a number of years. He made that his own personal story. People would ask him, how come you're not making a full-time living doing this network marketing thing? And he would be saying, well, I'm working two jobs. I got my full-time job to pay the bills, and I got this network marketing job that I'm doing part-time, and I'm using that to build my dreams. And he says that it took him a little while to become successful, but once he became so successful he could let his full-time job go, he didn't want to, because it had become such an integral part of his own story that he was telling to people. He didn't want to have to sit down and craft a new story of success. He liked the old story. He was getting a lot of success with it. But eventually he had to quit the full-time job in order to dedicate himself full-time to building his network marketing business and building the business of his dreams. And now, God, that guy, he's a big earner in the entrepreneurial network marketing fields. So yeah, big guy. But yeah, work your home biz as a side hustle, as a part-time job. And just start it from wherever you are at. A lot of people think that in order to start a successful business, everything has to be right. You have to have the right idea at the right time in the right economy, and everything's got to be just perfect in order for your business to blossom. There is some truth to that, but not much. I know of businesses that were started during the Great Depression that took off. They were the wrong business. At the wrong time, you would think they were. But the people just believed in their dream. The people believed in their vision, and they decided, I am going to build my business no matter what. And they made those businesses succeed. One example I like to use is like Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken. He started his business. He started a number of businesses, spent a lot of time of trying to build up business after business after business, failed at multiple businesses. Finally, came up with the idea for Kentucky Fried Chicken. I believe it was sometime in the 1950s. And that was one idea that he had that really took off, and how he would promote it. He would get his pots and pans thrown in the back of his car. He would get his chicken. He would go out driving, drive to the homes of interested people that wanted to become business partners. He would take his pots and pans into their kitchen with his chicken, with all of his breading, all of his materials, and he would cook up a chicken dinner for him right there in their home, and be telling them, this is my original recipe. This is what we're going to be selling. How does it taste? What do you think of it? And I mean, he would sell his idea just like that, taking it right into the homes of potential people that he thought would make great partners. And he made that business work. It was his last big business idea. And I think he was like in his 60s when he made it happen. But I mean, he never gave up. He made it happen. So yeah, and he worked multiple businesses, but he finally found one that worked. He didn't give up. And yeah, he was willing to work a business as a side hustle until that side hustle became profitable. So yeah, if you are wanting to become your own boss, build up your own home-based business as a side hustle first. Keep your full-time job. And then when you're able to scale up your home business to the point to where it can comfortably support you, then it might be time to let that full-time job go and fire your boss. Third tip on how to fire your boss the right way: bring your business into profit before you even think about firing your own boss. It can take time to bring a business into profit. Some of my businesses, I was able to do it within a few months, within like about 2 months, 2 or 3 months, sometimes 4 months. Other businesses I've been in, it's taken me longer. It's taken me like 6 months to a year, maybe 2 years, because there was a little bit of a learning curve. I wasn't really a quick study in some of these areas. So it took me a little longer. It is going to take different people, different lengths of time to learn how to bring their home business into profit. And a lot of this depends upon your own skill levels, how good you are at the business you want to be doing, and how much time you're able to put into it. And so be able to just tell yourself, I am not going to be in a hurry to fire my own boss until after I bring this business into profit. Because if you fire your boss before your business is profitable, that puts a lot of pressure on you. I mean, yeah, you may be faced with a situation that says that's telling you, I need to make this business profitable within the next 60 days, or I'm out on the street. My utilities are cut off. My internet is cut off. And if you're doing an online business and your internet is cut off, that is a definite weakness you want to avoid at all costs. So yeah, you need to keep some cash flow coming in. Sometimes it may take you a while to get your home business into profit. Keep your full-time job or part-time job, whatever kind of job you currently have, keep it as your form of cash flow, and then use that to, keep the rent paid, keep the utilities up to date, pay whatever business expenses that you have. And yeah, just use your part-time or full-time job as a way to be financing your home business until your home business becomes profitable all by itself. And for some folks, you may reach this point within a few months. Other people may take a couple of years. But yeah, be patient. You're building your dream. Give it the time that it needs to grow and develop, and give yourself the time that you need to grow and develop. Yes, set definite goals, set definite deadlines for yourself, but also remember to give yourself the time that you need to grow as a home-based business person, because it doesn't happen overnight. Some folks, they can do it within a very short period of time, other folks a longer period of time. But yeah, be patient and bring your business into profit before you give your boss, his eviction notice, his pink slip, whatever it is that they give you when they fire you. The fourth tip: give notice before you quit. Some people, they get their business into profit and they get all cocky, they get all fired up. They think, okay, I've got the world is my oyster. I'm a big, bad, home based business person. I can tell my boss to just screw off because I got my own thing that I'm doing. It really is kind of a short sighted and very hubristic. Is that a word? Hubristic? Takes a lot of hubris to do that. And it's not the wisest thing to do because if you're thinking long term, right now, okay, things are looking good. If you got a business into profit, things are looking good, and right now everything is great. That's today. Nobody really knows what tomorrow is going to bring, or the week after that, or the month after that, or the year after that. Conditions may change. You may have to go back and ask your boss for your old job back. Or if you're radically successful, you may find yourself in a position where you can go back and talk to your old boss and not ask for your old job back, but ask, hey, I'm into this business. It's really insanely profitable. Is there a way that we might be able to do business together using my business model right here? And yeah, you may go from having your boss being your boss to becoming your business partner. I almost had this happen in my own life. When I decided it was time to fire my boss, I was working 120 miles, 60 miles away from where I live. It was a 120-mile round trip. Got to the point where I could no longer afford the gas money to be driving into work every day, 5 days a week. So, yeah, I had a part-time business that I was building up on the side. And for, oh my God, about 2 years, I was getting by on like 4 hours of sleep every night. I mean, 5 days a week. I'd catch up on my sleep on the weekends. But I mean, during the week, I would be busy driving into my full-time job. And on my way in, I had a lawn care service. And I would schedule lawns that I could mow on my way into work. I'd spend about an hour mowing this lawn, collect my money, spend about another hour mowing this lawn, collect my money, drive into work, spend 8 hours, plus a 1 hour lunch working my full-time job, and then be driving back home late at night, trying to keep my eyes open for the drive back home. And it was wild for about 2 years there. But I mean, I made it work. I made it happen. And when I finally got to the stage where I felt comfortable taking my part-time lawn care job and taking it full-time as my primary home-based business, I told my boss, said, I need to give my 2 weeks notice. And another of my assistant managers wanted to know, what are you doing? And I told him, well, I'm doing lawn care. And he said, wow, that's great. Are you also going to be doing snow removal? Because we're looking for a guy that might be able to do snow removal at a lower price for this store right here. And, he was operating on the assumption that a lot of guys in my area that were into lawn care also doubled as snow removal people during the winter because they needed money coming in during the winter time as well as the spring and the summer. And unfortunately, I did not have the equipment for that. I was not set up for that. So I had to tell him no. But I mean, had I had a few extra $1,000 to put into a pickup truck with a snow removal blade, yeah, I could have had a nice little side hustle for the winter, as well as my spring and summer lawn care business. And I would have been in a position where I would have been having my old boss, not as my boss anymore, not my boss per se, but as kind of a business partner. So if you fire your boss the right way, leave on good terms, Give your notice. And yeah, who knows what the future may bring. Nothing may come of it, but at least, give your notice and let your boss know that, 2 weeks from now I won't be here anymore, and leave on good terms. And that's my fifth term. My fifth step: leave on good terms, because yeah, you may want your old job back, or you may get into a kind of a business where you may be able to actually do business with your boss on another level. Another example of this is people who are into designing blogs, designing web pages. If you get good at doing social media, some businesses really suck at doing social media. Some businesses do not have a very good website. And if you're working for an employer that doesn't have a good social media presence, doesn't have a good website for themselves, you know how to build websites, you know how to do SEO, you know how to do social media marketing. Well, once you get really good at all that stuff, doing it part-time at home, you might be, or full-time at home, you might be able to walk into your boss's office or your former boss's office and say, "Hey, I have built up a really good business doing SEO, building websites, helping businesses like yours do better social media marketing. Would you care to take a look at some of my work and see if I might be able to do some business with you?" Not be working for that boss anymore, but be working with that boss. And leaving on good terms kind of paves the way for some potential future success that you might want to leave the door open for. If you're in the habit of burning your bridges behind you and just setting things up to where you can never go back to a certain boss ever again, you're limiting yourself. And that may be a good thing. It may not be a good thing, depending on who your boss is and how they run their business. But you never really want to be alienating a former boss that might one day become a really great business partner. So, those are my 5 steps. Step number 1: set your goal date for when you want to become your own boss. Write it down, take a look at it every day. Number 2: work your home biz as a side hustle, and be working it part time, maybe on the weekends, maybe in the evenings, whenever you can, but work it part time while working your full time job. Step 3: bring your biz into profit before you even begin to think about firing your boss in reality. Number 4: always give notice. If situations may come up where you may have to quit quite suddenly, but wherever possible, give your notice. And step number 5: try to leave on good terms, because that can pave the way for turning your old boss maybe into a new business partner. And you can have a whole new working relationship with your former boss. So there it is, 5 steps: how to fire your boss the right way. Now, if you are interested in affiliate marketing or network marketing, I've got a free resource right here that might be of help. And there it is now. Hey, we're back. Yeah, just go to ralphshomebiz.com/3K, and that will set you up with a free training on how to earn some extra money every month doing affiliate marketing, and teaching you how to do affiliate marketing the right way. And you can use this lesson in affiliate marketing or network marketing, whatever your interest happens to be in. But be sure to check out that lesson at ralphshomebiz.com/3K. I got to get out of here. We got some connectivity issues, but thanks for dropping by. Thank you for staying until the last. And if you want that link in clickable form, I'm going to put it in the description down below. So thanks for dropping by. Catch you in future streams, my friends. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you later.